Here we go, Joe. Triple threat action here. Leave it as one fall. Originally scheduled to be Maggie Lee versus Rachel Armstrong. Unfortunately, card subject to change. Hope to see Maggie Lee here in the very near future.
No, without a doubt. I think Maggie Lee's got so much buzz and attention on her, it's inevitable to see her here in House of Heat. But you roll with the punches, and part of being a pro wrestler is, as you said, card subject to change, opponent subject to change, and now it's a different dynamic. None of these athletes prepared for a three-way matchup. None of these athletes prepared for both of their opponents. How are you going to adjust? Who rolls with the punches best? That's the question we're about to answer.
Whole bunch of arm drags, and now the schoolboys.
Well, Heather's having issues here.
You're not ready. You made your entrance.
There was a bell. There's a few triggers here. There's a few cues you got to follow.
You saw two opponents come out. You know that you're wrestling right now.
Yeah, you sat through twice as many entrances as you thought you would when you woke up today. Well, this is kind of a spoiled attitude, though, right? Oh, can't sweat.
You know, she's...
Is she going to glow instead?
Just recently, her and David Ali got married, so, you know, that attitude of David Ali...
Oh.
You know, it rubs off.
Can you imagine what that car ride over here sounded like?
I'm thankful that I live in Louisville and I don't have to carpool with that couple.
Yeah, well, obviously, both members of that couple maybe feel like they deserve a little more or a little better than they've gotten, but you got to earn it in between those ropes. That's what Alexander and Armstrong are attempting to do right now. Nice deep arm drag.
Oh, big front drop kick there from Rachel Armstrong.
I like how Armstrong uses her size to her advantage. Gets underneath her opponent for that arm drag. Great elevation on the drop kick. Nice.
Second rope moonsault.
That could do it. And
Monroe saw that. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, Monroe protecting her own interests in this matchup, not saving Alexander. Monroe trying to get a victory with as little work as possible. But
pound and pound.
You know, we've seen with not just our women's matches we've had here, but certainly the mixed forces as well, that House of Heat has very quickly become a destination location for women's professional wrestlers. So Heather Monroe, if she's looking for a night off, I think she's in the wrong place.
Right. Chin breaker, follows it up with a hip toss. Does Arie Alexander, going to send Monroe off.
And you heard our wonderful ring announcer talk about Arie being second generation, and that means that she's grown up around this business. She has more experience, and if it's not ring time, then certainly at least just being around it in her everyday life than anybody.
Her father, Vladimir Alexander, a mainstay in the Cincinnati territory for many, many years. She started as his manager, his valet, then transition to the in-ring action, and right there, turnbuckle to the face. Monroe now.
There's the resourcefulness of Monroe. Abusive yet elusive is the Killer Bay.
Doesn't see Rachel Armstrong sliding in the back door.
I think Armstrong, in many ways, has the most to prove in this match, right? She's young, only about 3 years in the game, out of Indianapolis, so certainly she makes Indiana home, and she's somebody who is still gaining her traction, still forging her identity, and I don't think she can compete with the years and the miles of her two adversaries, but a victory tonight has a lot of people turning heads.
Absolutely. Hung up on that top rope, and now the chop to the chest from Monroe.
Monroe likes a more methodical pace, loves to dictate the tempo of a matchup, loves to control her opponents in every sense of the word, and taunt them as well. You can't forget that part.
We saw Rachel Armstrong make her debut in a mixed forces match with her partner Maliko, losing to GPA and Laney Luck, so just another name in the win-loss record for GPA and Lady Luck when it comes to the mixed forces tag matches.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing with Rachel Armstrong, though, is she didn't act like Heather Monroe or David Ali. She didn't whine and cry about it.
Right.
She dusts herself off. She's back out here fighting, and she's doing what she can to build her name. And unfortunately now, she's become the butt of the joke of Heather Monroe.
Right. Little song and dance there. Now hooking for the suplex. Snaps her down with it.
Heather, world traveler in her own right, originally out of the Los Angeles area, but has seen the world. And mugging for the camera. She knows all her best angles, all her best poses.
And with it being a triple threat match, no DQ, no count out, so, you know, the referee could only hope that she took her off the ropes there.
It's not a command as much as it is a suggestion.
Right. Now Monroe feeling it. Spirit fingers, jazz hands here in Lafayette. She's calling for something. Oh, the hip attack.
Yeah.
Forearm.
And Heather is just in her element right now because it's all eyes on her, center of the spotlight, full attention of everybody here in Lafayette, as it's almost like Monroe is putting forth just a demonstration of all the reasons she's so dangerous.
A little round off there into the backsplash. I'm watching some Ranger Ross tapes. Hip attack to Alexander, going for another one on Armstrong. But you got to take one of these ladies down to the canvas.
Well, eventually you go to that one time too many and telegraph what's next. And Arie Alexander is the first to capitalize textbook suplex. Could this be enough? No.
Only a one count. I think it's the she has one pigtail and one space ball, as they call them. Does Heather Monroe. I think it's knocking her off balance a little bit.
I'm glad you're here to bring the technical terms.
Oh, Rachel Armstrong! Double cross body.
That's how you neutralize and take away the fact that you're undersized. You hit the air, you take two for the price of one.
Rolls her back into the super, going for the baby DDT.
Great snap on it. Love that she led with the leg. Covered.
Whoa, that's close, Joe. As close as it's been.
Imagine what it will mean for Armstrong if she's able to finish this, get that final elusive 3 count. But wait a minute. She may not survive this.
Oh, TKO.
She could have her. 2.5.
Oh, only 2. I don't think Monroe would have made it to the count had Rachel not kicked out there.
That may have been the best opportunity for victory for any of these 3.
Oh, up on the back, going for the backpack stunner.
Oh.
Driving her down.
I think she calls that bad behavior. Nope, kick out. And
I think it's a fitting name for Heather Monroe.
Yeah, I think anything's that's a fitting behavior for anything she does. But Alexander able to kick out, and you can see the shock and awe on the face of Heather Monroe, who thought this was in the bag.
Uh-oh, has something in mind. Oh, no.
Oh. Monroe's flying too close to the sun.
Yep.
You got one opponent in each hand. It is bound to go badly.
Forearms from Armstrong, and Alexander able to block that one. One from Monroe. There's a chop.
Jeez. Well, Monroe has made herself a target. She's been the most dominant force in this matchup so far. But look at this.
Standing aside DDT. Are you kidding me? Double pin.
No way. She can do it. Oh, man.
Only.
If she pinned 2 opponents at once, I'd just give her all the belts now.
Both Alexander and Monroe better be thankful that the other one kicked out as well.
That's true.
Had one pair of shows. Yeah, right. Going with the Queen of the German. Folds her in half. She is 6 inches shorter now.
And that's the bad behavior by Heather Monroe. And I think
there's a boot. My old friend Chandler McClure used to do that one.
Wow.
If there's any old IWA Mid-South fans from 2004, German suplex.
I love you've got your niche audience and you zero right in on them.
But hit the German suplex on both opponents, not... Oh, Marino, that's why.
No.
We saw him attack her at the last show when Mercer wasn't around.
Yeah, that was all a message being sent. And Marino has nothing to do with this matchup. Get out of here, Marino.
He's got a main event to worry about up on the shoulders.
Yeah, worry's the operative word.
Oh!
Backcracker.
Japanese stranglehold.
And from behind, and no!
Only two.
Well, Marino's trying to get inside. Wait a minute. Oh, our main event could start now. Shane Mercer giving chase.
He better run for his life.
Yeah, if I'm Marino, I'll be in the parking lot in 15 seconds.
He better have a car running, if you ask me. Oh, look at this. Jackknife pin.